Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for attending today's very special webinar. I've got a lot of fun things to show you today. Before we get started, a few notes. I wanted to let you know that everyone's phone has been muted to avoid distractions. At the end, we will open up the phones if you'd like, and we can have a little chat at that point. There's no need to take notes during today's presentation. I will provide you with a copy of the actual presentation, so just sit back, relax, and absorb all of the greatness that I'm going to show you today. In addition to providing you with a copy of the presentation itself, I'm also recording this presentation. I will immediately upload it to the eDist FTP site, where I will provide credentials so that you can download it and view it or share it with some coworkers maybe that weren't able to attend today. I do also have a nice marketing package. So everything that you see, images, data sheets, all of that fun stuff, we will talk about that a little later, but know that we're going to provide that to you as well. Also want to point out that, yes, we are branded today as Certified eSupport. Many of you know that we do have a new website called CertifiedESupport.com. This, along with future workshops, will be uploaded to that website. So for that purpose, I've branded it as Certified eSupport. I, of course, still am happily employed with eDist and still represent eDist and the eDist team. Finally, if you have any questions, there are several methods of asking questions. Use the chat dialog box to the right-hand side of your screen through the GoToMeeting control panel. There's a chat window. There's a question window. There's also the ability to raise your hand. And again, at the end, we will address any and all questions. So let's get into it. I've got a lot of exciting things to show you. I'm going to try to squeeze it all into an hour, which is kind of a challenge. But today we're introducing the new Philips 8000 Pocket Memo series, an outstanding voice recorder. And I'm not just saying that because I'm doing a webinar today. We've had the pleasure of testing it for some time now, and we've put it through the ringer. And as you'll see through some of our propaganda a little bit later, we really have kicked the tires on this bad boy, and it certainly has lived up to its name. Now, within North America, there's going to be 3 editions or 3 versions that you're going to work with. All 3 versions of the 8000 Digital Pocket Memo use the international slide switch. So it does have the 4-position slide switch on the side. There are 3 models that we are going to distribute, you are going to buy, and sell within North America. First of all, there's the DPM8000. The DPM8000 includes the Philips SpeechExec Pro dictate software. There's also the DPM8100. The DPM8100 is the same exact voice recorder as the 8000, but it's considered an integrator model. All that means is it doesn't come with the SpeechExec Pro software. And finally, as you'll learn a little bit more about later, there's a DPM8500 Barcode model. So those are the 3 model numbers that we will be working with within North America. You may see other models online like the DPM8200 or 8300. Those are European models. We won't be working with those. When you purchase one of these exciting new products, these are the package contents. So across the top, I do have the 3 different versions, the 8500 to the far left, the 8100 in the middle, and the 8000 to the right. So we've got our Barcode version, our international version with no software, and then our 8000, which comes with the SpeechExec Pro dictate software. In addition to the device, inside of the package, you're going to have a lithium-ion battery. You're going to have a micro USB cable, an exciting new docking station, a leather carrying case, and a user manual. So that's what you can expect when you open up your package for the first time. Now, you're all really here because you want to see what's new. So let's talk about the new features. Now, there's several new features and enhancements. We're going to kind of tackle at least the top 20. And then we're going to show you a little bit about the new enhanced speech recognition integration and a few other goodies towards the end here. But getting right into it, the most exciting feature, or I guess the most discussed feature, is the new 3D microphone system. So what the 3D microphone system means is if you were to disassemble the Philips 8000, inside you're actually going to see two microphones. On the left-hand side, it's got an omnidirectional microphone that offers 360-degree sound pickup. So that makes it perfect for meetings and conferences. On the right-hand side, there's a unidirectional noise-canceling microphone that's primarily used for standard dictation and speech recognition. So very cool to have two microphones integrated within the device. What's even cooler is that there are integrated motion sensors inside the device that will automatically choose the right microphone based on the position of the device. Meaning if I set the device down on my desk, it's automatically going to switch to the left side omnidirectional microphone, automatically start recording in 360-degree sound pickup. So no need for me to fumble around with the menu or press any buttons, anything whatsoever. Simply placing it on the desk automatically switches it to that omnidirectional microphone. The moment that I pick up that device and put it in my hand, it automatically switches to the right side, the unidirectional microphone. Because again, you're holding it in your hand, it assumes that you want to dictate. So it's a very cool feature, makes it very easy to use, and always ensures that the right microphone is being used in the right case, right? Now, you can, if you wanted to, kind of disable some of these features, but they are turned on by default, and they're there for your own good. Makes it really easy to get the best quality recording. Now, the microphones themselves are covered in the new hexagon grill pattern. They went with the hexagon grill versus the little circular grill because it maximizes airflow and it produces better results. So straight out of the box, we've got a better microphone system with actually two microphones built inside the unit. Extended battery life. There's a lot more involved here than just putting in a new battery. The battery itself, they've gone with the high-capacity 3.7-volt, 1,000 milliamp lithium-ion battery. So currently on the market, it is the largest lithium-ion battery for digital voice recorders. That alone ensures extended battery life, but they didn't stop there. Like I told you about the motion sensor, there's also an ambient light sensor. So inside of the device, there are actually two sensors, just like there are two microphones, to ensure extended battery life. The purpose of those sensors change depending on what you're doing, but since we're talking about extended battery life, I'm bringing up the points specific to extended battery life. So the ambient light sensor. The ambient light sensor is going to automatically adjust the brightness of the display. So you don't need to do that manually. It automatically adjusts it to reserve battery life. You know, when you turn it on, it's going to have the full bright screen, but after you've been using it a while, it's just going to dim a little bit. Again, reserving that battery life, making sure that it lasts longer. Touching any button on the device will make it brighter, and of course we can adjust that through the software as well. In addition to the ambient light sensor, that motion sensor. Now, we've already talked about the motion sensor, which will automatically determine the proper microphone to be used, but it also will automatically switch the device in a standby mode if it's set down. So in other words, if I have the slide switch in the stop position and I set the device down, it automatically puts it in the standby mode. When I pick that device up, it automatically returns to a full operational state in less than a second. So it's very impressive when you actually have it, you see it, you touch it, you stand the thing down, it dims, you turn it up, it's full, it's ready to record in less than a second. The battery has a 3-hour charging time, and that's from completely drained to completely full. I have yet to be able to completely drain the battery, and that includes doing all sorts of shenanigans as far as recording is concerned. And because of the high-capacity lithium-ion battery, and because of those two motion sensors, it allows the device to last for at least 200 days in standby time. So if I set it down on my desk right now, the slide switch in the stop position, the screen is going to dim, I can leave it there for the next 200 days. When I pick it up, it's going to be ready to go. It's truly impressive. Another new feature is the micro USB connector. So no longer are they using the mini B USB connectors. That's so last season, right? Micro USB connectors will allow for 2 times faster download time. So we're getting the job done quicker just by moving over to the micro USB connection. It's got a transfer speed of 6.75 millibits per second, so a lot faster, 2.5 times faster to be exact. That wasn't the best part. What I liked most about the micro USB connector is I'm an Android user now. Not for long, but right now I'm using the Android device. I needed to test out some apps, so I switched from my iPhone to an Android. Anyway, the Android also uses a micro USB connector. When I'm in my car, I'm using a Plantronics Voyager Bluetooth headset, which also uses a micro USB connector. Now, my Philips DPM8000 uses a micro USB connector, and I can use the same charging cord for all three devices. That makes me very, very, very happy. We've also tested it with the BlackBerry, and yes, there are still people out there with BlackBerries. It also works with the BlackBerry charger, so it's sort of a universal charging system, which is very, very, very cool. Our enhanced docking station is the next feature. Now, again, I'm kind of going at a fast pace because there's a lot that I want to show you today. But this enhanced docking station, they just didn't change the design of it. There's a lot new about it. When you pick it up, it's heavier, and that's on purpose. It's more stable. They increased the weight of the docking station so that when it's sitting on your desk and you're putting the device in and out of the unit, it's not moving around on your desk. So it's heavier on purpose. It now offers hands-free operation. So for the first time, a Philips digital voice recorder, you can use it hands-free. Meaning if you were to turn it over, there's an analog port on the back of the docking station that you can plug a Philips LFH 2200 foot pedal in, and you can operate it on both the author side and the typist side. Which means if you want to use the foot pedal to control your recording, plug it in. If you want to use the foot pedal to control your transcribing and typing, plug in the foot pedal directly to the docking station. In addition to those two aspects, it's also ESD resistant. That's electrostatic discharge resistant, which means it's going to help protect the unit and the printed circuit board within inside the unit. Very neat stuff there. As you see, there's also some LEDs on the front, and it also has a micro USB connector on the back to connect it to your computer. This is something that you obviously notice right away, which is the large color display. Currently, the DPM8000 has the largest display on the market as far as digital voice recorders are concerned. It's 2.4 inches, provides a sharp, crisp display. It's TFT color display, for those of you that are the technicians on the line wanting to get more specific. And even further, it's 320 by 240 resolution, which is amazing for a 2.4-inch display. So as you can see from the images, if you have one in your hand, it's obviously a lot brighter, a lot bigger, making it a lot easier on the eyes and to see what's going on. I was also happy to find out that during my testing when I brought it outside, because that's where, usually we have issues with devices and LCDs, it worked really great outside, and I was clearly able to see everything that was going on, even in our bright Austin sun. Ergonomic slide switch. So you're going to see things as far as marketing on websites with quick response and wear free. That's exactly what it is. It's a quick response slide switch that's wear free that was tested with over 1 million cycles in the Philips lab. I was, they got to show me images and the testing process, and I got to see all the machines that flip the switch up and down a bunch of times. I tried to duplicate that testing in our own lab, but my fingers got tired after about 200 flicks. But the reason it's a quick response system, and the reason it's wear-free and it can last over 3 million cycles is because it now uses a light sensor signal. The light sensor signal, when you flip it up or down in any of the 1-4 positions, is what makes it respond quicker and wear-free. So I also operate a repair division, as you guys know. I don't expect to see any of these coming in any longer as far as DPMs are concerned with any slide switch issues. This thing is going to last for a very, very long time. Improved durability. I have a lot to say about this, and you're going to see why in a little bit. The 9600 had a metal case. Philips took it a step further. They now have a stainless steel casing. In addition to stainless steel, it's scratch resistant. The most vulnerable part of the digital voice recorder is the LCD, the screen. It now has a double protective coat on it to keep it that much more durable. Now, again, I like to get down and get into the specifics. So what I also noticed immediately, and as I was taking it apart, is that they've switched to a new 12-hexagon screw design, which in the past, the 9600 had an 8-screw design. You opened it up with a little Phillips screwdriver. So although it was durable and it held together fairly well, they've increased it now, and they've switched it over to a hexagon screw design, which makes my life easier, again, because what was happening from time to time is you have these wannabe repair people, and if something's wrong with the device, they wanted to open it up and use the little Phillips head screwdriver and try to take a peek, and if they weren't properly grounded, they fried the circuit board. So having a hexagon screw design is just going to make it a little bit harder for people to open up. Obviously, if you got the right screw, you can easily take care of that yourself. But going from an 8 design to a 12-screw design makes it that much more durable. And we didn't stop there. We're currently the only ones that I know of that had this nice, brand-new, shiny LSH digital pocket memo, and we dropped it on the ground on purpose multiple times, and we recorded it so you guys can see it. So we did a series of drop tests. Most commonly, people are in the office, so it's carpeted. So we did a few drop tests on the carpet. We did it from pocket length, which was about 3 feet. Then we held it up to our face, about 5 feet, maybe taller for some of you. First, we did it on the carpet. It lasted great, no problems. That scratch-resistant case came in. We thought, okay, we're dealing with a real winner here. We then kind of got a little bit more brave because it did so well on the carpet, and then we said, oh, let's drop it on the concrete and see how that does. So we do have all of this recorded for your viewing pleasure. We've posted it up on YouTube under our Certified eSupport YouTube channel, where you'll be able to see us performing drop tests, basically taking this beautiful device and dropping it multiple times on the ground in concrete. It was a lot of fun. The result of those tests, the thing is amazing. Not only did it pass our test, but when we did the highest drop test on the concrete from 5 feet, it fell, it smacked on the ground. You can hear it very audibly on the video, and the thing was still recording. So very durable, certainly passed our expectations. For the first time ever, Philips Speech Processing has integrated the barcode scanner directly into the device. So we're talking about the DPM8000 model. No more dealing with detachable barcode scanners. They put it right in the device. And as you can see from the image to the left, it didn't change the size of the actual recorder that much. It's like an inch, maybe a half an inch bigger on just one portion on the back of the device. But the barcode scanner is integrated directly into it, which I think is probably the coolest thing I've ever seen as far as barcode scanners are concerned. This is going to go over huge with our medical users and our legal users. I know that people, they had problems with the old barcode scanner. Although they worked great, they plugged into the top of the unit, and they only had 32 megabytes of built-in memory, so you were limited to the capacity of the actual removable barcode scanner. Those days are gone. We don't even need to talk about it anymore. It's built in now to the unit. In addition to that is now you can scan directly from a monitor, helping offices go paperless. So if and I pull up my patient chart, for example, I've got my barcode right there in my EMR application. I can use my voice recorder. I can scan my screen, and it automatically attaches that information, the barcode information, to the audio file on the device. That wasn't good enough. It's also now compatible with the top 11 commonly used barcode types. And I wrote them all down there in the bottom. So there's a very good chance that those are the ones that we see commonly in the medical, insurance, and legal fields. Integrated, very cool. Moving on. are high data security. So we've been seeing device security in these devices now for quite some time. So initially when I saw high data security, I wasn't all that impressed simply because, again, there's a few other devices on the market that also have device security. However, the 8000 took it a step further and is now the most secure device in the industry currently. It offers real-time encryption, so as you're recording, it can encrypt it, and it will encrypt it if you select it. It utilizes the AES or Raindale 256-bit encryption, which is a step up. I know in the past we were doing the 128-bit, so they have stepped that up a bit more. But also what makes it even more secure is it has a device lock that you can control with a PIN code or a PUC code for the admin. And if that weren't enough, they've now added individual user identification pins. So you can upload up to 40 different user IDs and pins to the device, which theoretically means now 40 different people could share the same device, all with their own unique PIN code. That's what I mean by they stepped it up a bit further and made it the most secure device currently in the industry. Very cool, especially for our secret agents that are dictating. My favorite feature, which is why it warranted just a brilliant button there, classic mode. It's a fully animated classic mode that provides the look and feel of an analog device while providing you with all of the advantages of a digital device. This, by far, is my favorite feature. It's not the best feature. It's not the most advanced feature, but it's my favorite. And the reason is because I'm constantly dealing with analog users who are scared to make that transition into digital. They like their old tape players. They're used to it. They've been using it for 25 or 35 years. They seem to be hesitant to migrate to a digital platform because it's got a lot more features and operations. Well, the 8000 allows you to simply go through the menu, put it into a classic mode appearance, and it looks and functions identically like a tape player. It's called classic mode. It's awesome. I love it. So some of the advantages, obviously, is you're recording in digital format, so you get the digital audio quality. That tape there, it's fully animated, so it does move, it plays, it rewinds, it does everything you would expect to see on an analog device, but you'll never run out of tape. You can also insert spoken instructions and navigate the menu and index marking and all of that stuff. So a very cool feature. We were laughing about this particular feature only because it's a good thing that it has that double protective coat on the LCD, because we see people having a hard time trying to actually eject the tapes out of those. I will expect to see that at least once in our repair division, because it really does look and feel exactly like a classic mode when you want it to, but operates like a digital device. Very cool feature. Brilliant feature. Another one. This is going to change the lives of several medical and legal professionals, and I'll demonstrate why a little bit later. But patient and client lists now can be customized and uploaded to the device, which means every day if you wanted to, you can upload a unique patient or client list, depending on which vertical you're in, to the device that will automatically attach that information or that metadata to your audio file. The image to the right is my voice recorder sitting on my desk, and that's the information I uploaded. I uploaded the person, a whole list of people, their name, what gender they were, their client ID number, and their date of birth. You know, kind of common patient demographics that we find in the medical community. Well, it's very easy to upload that information into the device. So it integrates beautifully with speech recognition templates, as you'll see a little bit later. It utilizes CSV, which is Microsoft Excel. So you create your patient list or your client list in Microsoft Excel. You copy it to the device through the SD card, and it automatically uploads it, and it'll attach that metadata to your file. The files that, some specifics for the files themselves is on the top, you can have one title row, which is, what's the client's name? What's their date of birth? What's their client number? What's their gender? And again, you can completely customize and choose which information you want on the device. As far as rows, you can have up to 40 content rows, so you can have up to 40 different people upload it to a device at once, and up to 4 columns, which means basically 4 categories. Each column has a 30-character limit. That's tech talk that basically means you can't have someone's name that's longer than 30 characters, which is very uncommon anyway. But very cool feature, client patient list, very easy to upload to the device. Moving on, another really awesome feature, custom branding. This means Philips Speech Processing Solutions has given you the ability now to customize these pocket memos with your own logo or with whatever logo you want. When you turn the device on, your logo will appear. Well, initially, of course, the Philips logo will appear, but they're giving you the ability to customize these devices with your own splash screen. The only thing that needs to happen is you need to upload a 200 by 50 pixel, 224-bit color image. It's got to be a bitmap image, and it must be named welcome.bmp. As a value add, free of charge, any devices that are shipped from our location, our as an eDist business, if you want, we'll be happy to customize and put your partner logo on those devices. So we know we do a lot of drop shipping for you guys. If you send me your logo, we will share it with all of our logistics, all of our distribution locations, and we will be sure to upload your personal logo to devices that are shipped out of our branches. No cost to you. It's basically a thank you. But that's what you're seeing on the left-hand side. I uploaded our custom certified eSupport image, and it just kind of makes it fun every time I turn it on to see my own logo. Another value add. Moving on. Now, here are some other notable enhancements that I didn't create slides for, but it's worth pointing out. The DPM8000 now has 3 smart buttons across the bottom there, the bottom of the LCD. Those smart buttons obviously change functionality depending on the position of the slide switch and what it is that you're trying to do. For example, if you upload a custom list, the far left button will change from index, which it normally is, to the word list. So you can easily press that button and navigate and scroll through your list to choose what client or patient demographics you want associated to that audio file. It's got a recessed power switch, which I love. Can't tell you how many times that people have accidentally turned it on while they're putting it in their pocket, and they've got essentially like a butt dial version of a voice recording. It's been sitting in their pocket for the last hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and it's been recording everything because of that power switch. Not often, but we've seen it. In addition to the recessed power switch, we have a recessed SD card. Now, the recessed SD card is only on the DPM8000 and the DPM8100. And that's because on the 8500, it uses a micro SD card. So it's recessed. Nice. Enlarged speaker. So the speaker's bigger. It provides clearer playback, louder playback. Another one of these files that I love as a tech geek here is the diagnosis file. That means if for some reason you experience issues with your 8000, through the device menu, you can upload a diagnosis file to the card that you can send to us. So I don't need to ask you a bunch of questions about the device or what's going on with the device. I can walk you through uploading that diagnosis file to the card, email it to me. Either myself or the technical team with Speech Processing Solutions will be able to understand what's going on with the device a lot faster, which will allow us to provide a much quicker resolution. I know that you guys are all clapping right now. I just can't hear it. In addition to that, there's a tricolor LED. So on the top of the device, the image to the right now shows that it's red. I believe it goes from red to green to orange. It kind of lets you know what's going on with the device without having to really study it or look at it, right? You can just glance at it and kind of see what's going on, whether you're recording or inserting or overwriting, things of that nature. And finally, under other notable enhancements, we have additional recording modes. So we're not very, we've been dealing with DSS files and DS2 files for quite some time. I'm happy to report now that you can also record MP3 files onto this device. as well as PCM files, so high-quality audio. And not only can you do PCM, which is technically a WAV file, but you can do a mono file or a stereo file. So if you hook in some flat boundary microphones, you can kind of turn this into a conference recorder even more because of those additional recording modes. Now, generally, I don't talk about marketing a whole lot, but I had to create a special slide for this Philips Speech Processing Solutions marketing and what they put together for you guys to make you more successful in promoting and selling this solution. There's a care package that I have on the eDist FTP site that, again, I will provide you guys with the login credentials immediately after this meeting, but it's just going to make your life so much easier. It's going to make your heart smile. There are tons of things in this care package that they've put together for you to use however you'd like. The speech processing team has also let us know that they'll customize the stuff with your own logo if that's what you want. But there are images. There are key visual images. There's lifestyle images. All the different pictures that you've seen me using in this PowerPoint, that's where I got it from, this care package. There's product images, and there's box shot images. In addition to the images, there are amazing, high-quality, professional videos. There's ads, there's product videos, and there's feature videos. Very impressive. We've also put those up on our Certified eSupport YouTube channel, and they can also be found on the Philips Speech Processing Solution YouTube channel, I believe. In addition to the videos, there's leaflets, adverts, online banners, comparison matrices, sales presentations, and user manuals. Really everything you need to get started and really promote this new product on your website or print material. In addition to that, they went a step further and created some demonstration scripts. So sample sales demo scripts for the healthcare industry, for the insurance industry, and for the public safety industry. Also consider marketing, but I felt that it deserved its own slide, is a new iPad app. So if you have an iPad or an iPad mini, do yourself a favor, go to the App Store right now and download the Philips Speech World app. It is truly amazing. I'm not getting paid to say this. I represent speech processing like I represent a lot of other people. I have never seen something so cool as far as marketing on the iPad before. It's this app that has everything that you need to be able to walk into a client's location and really demonstrate the product itself, whether it's visuals, a 360 rotating image that you can just slide your finger from left to right, or product technical specifications, brochures, or those movies I was talking about. All of this stuff found right in the app. Again, the app is called Philips Speech World. As far as I know, it's only available for iOS devices, the iPad and the iPad mini. I have not found it on my Android, nor do I know if they're coming out with an Android version, but they have an Apple version, so go get it. It's really, really, really cool. And finally, sharing is caring. So we understand that you guys need this device. Speech processing and eDist, you need the device. Of course, you have all the marketing material, or you will have it. You'll have this app, but, having it in your hands for you and your sales staff to actually play with and demonstrate is very important. So for that reason, a very special dealer discount is in effect until June 20th, June 14th, where you can purchase a demonstration unit for each of your sales members for 50% off the normal dealer price. So I know that several people have already taken advantage of that. Please contact your eDist account rep today before supplies run out. That is a very special discount that they've got going on. So I've kind of talked a lot here. Now you have a better understanding of the device itself. Now I want to give you a quick demonstration of the software and some of the things that you'll see there, and then we'll wrap it up in just a bit. So let's see it in action. Now you should see my desktop. On my desktop, I've got the Philips SpeechExec Pro Dictate software. I'm going to go ahead and open it up. So as far as the user interface, it doesn't look much different than what we're used to. The only thing we see new here is down there in the bottom left-hand section. It says DPM devices, and it's DPM8000. You haven't seen that model number before. I'm going to disconnect my device, and I'm going to make a really quick little dictation. We're just going to go through some basic stuff here, and then we're going to blow your mind. Okay, so I'm going to turn it on, and on the device, that top left smart button, like I was telling you earlier, says List. So I'm just going to choose one of my friends here. Let's go with Jose Flores. So I click Jose Flores, and I'll start recording. Now, I will be showing you the speech recognition features in just a bit. So I do have Dragon, Naturally Speaking, version 12.5 legal installed. For that reason, I'm going to do some legal jargon. Flip it up to record. Tender years doctrine is not a relevant fact to be considered in determining whether mother or father should be designated as primary residential parent, but rather is an impermissible gender-based preference favoring mother as custodian of the young child, period. So basic stuff. I'll tap it twice, give it a little tickle, put it into the docking station. The first thing that you'll automatically notice is the speed at which it uploaded, right, or downloaded. 2 times faster than before. So we have our audio file here. It gives you all the demographic information. Now, I uploaded a patient list, so that's why I see things like J. Flores and male and 210 and all these other numbers here. But this is the basic way that people have been using digital voice recorders for some time. You dictate into the device, you dock it, it automatically uploads, it deletes whatever's on the device, and it leaves you with an audio file here. Now, I'm just doing straight dictation, no speech recognition at this point. So if I double-click it, it opens up the player where I can listen. Listen to my sweet voice. When I'm done, I can send it off to my transcriptionist. I can mark it as finished. There's a number of things that we can do with this. What I really want to show you is the enhanced speech recognition capabilities. What you're about to see, I guarantee you, you've never seen before because it's never been possible before. Okay, so I'm going to tell Philips SpeechExec Pro Dictate to be friends with Dragon, and then I'm going to also show you some advanced template capabilities and how utilizing those patient lists, that same information, J. Flores, male, date of birth and all that, can supercharge your productivity. So if you have Dragon, it's very easy to set up. I'm just going to go through it very quickly. I'm going to go to speech recognition and recognition settings. I'm going to enable speech recognition by checking the box. It automatically communicates. It finds that Dragon is installed on my computer. It brings in my profile information. I click apply. I've just speech enabled my solution. Now, I want to take it a step further, and I want to integrate templates with it. So I do have some templates on my computer. I'm going to go up to Rules on the top left. I'm going to drop down to Templates. And again, I see this check mark box for Use Templates. I'm going to use Templates. I've got a lot of template options here. I'm not going to get into all the specifics. I'm going to let you know that whenever I use a template and the property author matches Josh, I want it to bring up a certain type of template. And I'm going to navigate my computer to find that template. I'm going to use this consultation template that I have on my computer. In other words, whenever I'm recording and whenever the author name is Josh, it will use this template. What you guys need to know about templates is they need to be in RTF format. Click Apply and OK, and I'm done. What I've just done is I've speech-enabled Philips SpeechExec Pro Dictate, and I've template-enabled Philips SpeechExec Pro Dictate. So what that means is I can now disconnect my voice recorder, and I will make another voice recording. And again, we're using the legal, so I'll use some legal jargon. And you'll see the document creation process and some pretty advanced things that you can now do with Philips, the DPM8000, and Dragon, Naturally Speaking. Let's go ahead and create a dictation. I'm going to use my list. This time we'll go with my friend Tammy Clayton. This is an appeal from a final order denying defendant's petition for writ of habeas corpus on the basis that Palm Beach County lacked jurisdiction, period. Defendant's conviction and sentence for second-degree murder and conspiracy to commit first-degree murder were affirmed on direct appeal. Period. New line. Savage versus State, comma. 551 Southern 2nd, 475, Florida, 4th DCA, 1989. Period. Subsequently, comma, defendant filed 2 successive motions pursuant to Florida Rule of Criminal Procedure 3.850 for post-conviction relief, period. The first motion was based on newly discovered evidence, and the second motion was based on claimed ineffective assistance of counsel, period, new line. Orders denying relief on both motions were affirmed on appeal. I think you get it. What's important to note there is that I didn't talk. Sometimes I see speech recognition demonstrations, and I'm like, come on, people really don't talk like that when they're dictating. They speak as fast as they can. That's what I tried to do in the demonstration. I was speaking as fast as I can. The reason you're seeing a blue line there instead of a red line is because I didn't mark that job as a priority. I just left it as a standard job. Now, within this, notice the title headers. I didn't point those out before. But the title headers say attorney and file name and client and gender, date of birth, clients, created, dictation length, and state. And it's because all of these columns and title headers can be customized. There's a free tool called the Dictation Property Configuration tool that will allow you to easily customize these headers to make it specific to your industry. Now, what happened is when I docked the voice recorder, because I enabled speech recognition, it ran it through speech, it used my template, and I know that it's done because I see that little Word document on the left next to Josh. So what I would do is I would then open up, double-click. Now, instead of a blank audio file, because I'm using templates, it's now a completed advanced report. So across the top, I've got my images, because you can insert images. More impressive here, what I want you to pay attention to is this metadata and the patient or client demographic information that is placed in my template throughout different parts of my template. For example, when the report was created, the date and the time, who the attorney was, what the case ID number was, what the client's name was, the gender, their date of birth. Again, all of that information was extracted from the patient list that I uploaded to the DPM8000. Not only was it extracted, but I was able to place it into various positions within the template. This is something that you've never been able to do before, and I've been trying for at least 10 years. So that's why I'm very excited about it. It's truly advanced document creation. So I've extracted that metadata, that patient list. I've inserted it into various parts of my template automatically, and then there's my narrative. There's the speech recognition aspect. And again, I didn't speak like I had some sort of problem. I spoke at a normal pace, a normal pitch, tone, and voice, and the speech recognition is automatically typed out, and it's synchronized to the audio, which means if I'm an attorney and I want to view this stuff, review it, I can press play. This is an appeal from a final order denying defendant's petition for writ of habeas corpus on the basis that Palm Beach County lacks jurisdiction, period. Defendant's conviction and sentence for second-degree murder and conspiracy to commit first-degree murder were affirmed on direct appeal, period. New line. Savage versus State, comma. 551 Southern 2nd, 475, Florida, 4th DCA, 1989, period. Subsequently, comma, defendant filed 2 successive motions pursuant to Florida Rule of Criminal Procedure 3.850 for post-conviction relief, period. The first motion was based on newly discovered evidence, and the second motion was based on claimed ineffective assistance of counsel, period, new line. Orders denying relief on both motions were affirmed on appeal. So, you don't have to believe me, but I did just install legal on this computer 2 days ago. This is a brand new profile. Obviously, in my work, I jump back and forth between the medical and the legal fairly often. So, speech recognition is very accurate these days. We're talking about version 12.1. It's all about enunciating. If you mumble or slow your words, other people can't hear you and understand you, so you can't expect a computer to understand you. However, if you can just basically enunciate, speak clearly, and at a normal pace, not too slow, the program's going to work very well. Now, it did make one mistake. I said defendant filed 2 successive motions. It put 2 instead of the word 2. So it put the word 2 instead of the word 2. That's the wrong 2. I want it TWO. Me making that change is going to, 1, correct my document, and 2, correct the speech profile. So now, as an attorney, of course, I can send this off to a transcriptionist. There's no need. Again, every different organization works in a different way, so it can completely be custom and tailored to your specific needs. I can rename the file. There's lots of other things I can do, but because of time, I'm just going to go ahead and hit finish. What happens is, because I marked that job as finished, it removed it from my queue. It put the audio file in the archive directory saying you're done, and I programmed it to automatically take that text file, the completed report, and save it to a network directory, which I have a shortcut here on my desktop called Dictations and Downloads. If I open that up, it's going to open my folder structure. Within my folder structure, there's my Philips folder, and there's my file. Now, it's Josh 0022 because that's what the file name was. I could have easily renamed the file name, but what's cool here is it does open it up in my advanced word processing application, which is Microsoft Word. And I have my completed report done. Again, very cool, very impressive. Now, that's the speech recognition aspect. What I want to go through is there's not too much new within SpeechExec Pro, but I do want to show you the highlight of the new upgrade for Pro, which is the DPM settings and the configuration wizard. So obviously, to support the new device, we've got a new configuration wizard. Now, that's just one. Let me show you something else. That wasn't the wizard. That was the settings, which is also new, but I'm going to keep it more of a beginner course here. We're going to go through the actual wizard here. So this wizard's going to pop up, and it's going to help you. Now, this would automatically appear the very first time you connected your device, and it walks you through customizing your device to your specific needs. So you click Start, you go through Next, and it breaks down all the options for you. Notice here it's an animated, so it's showing you what position the slide switch is in. Right now I'm in the advanced display. I spend most of my time in the classic display, so I love it. All I got to do is click Classic. Notice the image change. It shows you the position, what's happening on the device. If I say, okay, I want Classic, I want to go Next, it's saying, what are you going to use this voice recorder? Meetings, speech recognition, all that. You choose however you intend on using the microphone. It automatically calibrates it to produce the best results. You select Next. It says, what's your author name? Or you don't want one. I said I want Josh. I leave Josh there. Next, work type. Do I have work types? Well, I'm going to say no on work types right now, but of course you can use work types. Another cool feature, because I spend a lot of time showing you guys how to set up email and speech recognition, but this will help you go through that and make it a lot easier for you. So it's a much more intuitive wizard and makes setting up and configuring the device a lot easier. Now, we're almost done here. So it said, hey, your settings have transferred to the device. You're done. I can close the software. So before I start the questions, I do want to show you where some other goodies are that we've created for you. Let me open up my FileZilla, and I'm going to go to CertifiedESupport.com. So CertifiedESupport.com, as you guys know, is the largest repository for everything that you want that is regarding speech and voice processing solutions. Again, we are eDist. We created this site to generate leads for you and to assist you with your professional services revenue. Now, what I want to point out, one is our blog. Up on the top here under chat, we've got blog, where we do have a lot of interesting blogs. One is a illustrated, or I should say interactive blog for the top 10 reasons to upgrade to the new Philips DPM8000 Pocket Memo. So it's a lot of stuff that I talked to you today about, but it kind of breaks it down and it tells the story. Now, it's interactive because these links here, this will take you to those very cool videos that Speech Processing Solutions created. So I can click on any of those links. It automatically launches the video. Now, due to bandwidth, it's going to take a little bit of time to load, but it'll be much quicker once you're done there. Now, I'm not the type, I generally never use PowerPoints, nor do I want to sit here and show you a video that you can absolutely look at yourself. Go to CertifiedESupport.com, go to the blog section. We have multiple videos here specific to the topic, the title. Another thing I wanted to show you was how you can really know the durability of the LFH 8000. Let's go to the eDist, the Certified eSupport YouTube channel. You wouldn't believe how many passwords that I have. So, I'm going to log here, and again, all of those Philips speech processing videos are up here, as well as how to customize the logo on the Philips LFH 8000 Pocket Memo. Got high definition showing you guys how to do that, so if you don't want us to do it for you, we're going to show you how to do it. Very easy, 2-minute, 35-second video. We've also got that drop test. So if you want to see Mr. Handsome Madison Mays, our new technical representative, drop the voice recorder a few times on carpet and concrete. See how it holds up. Very good stuff there. In addition to that, we've got the largest online repository and knowledge base. So in the past, we opened up this knowledge base. We had almost 400,000 views to our knowledge base. We found that people, all sorts of people, were accessing our knowledge base. That caused a problem, one, because some of them we knew weren't our customers, but more importantly, we found that a lot of end users were accessing the site and using it as the go-to site for support, which reduced the amount of revenue you as a dealer can make by providing professional services. So we locked it down. It's now locked down, and all of you that are active accounts, you should have received by now a coupon code which gives you access to this knowledge base. Within this knowledge base, there are over 1,000 illustrated how-to guides, walkthrough guides, FAQs, everything that you need for professional services. And we've even broken it down. So, for example, Philips, we've got Philips Pro guides, Philips Enterprise guides, Philips Consumer, and even Philips Speech Mic. So, over 1,000 different guides here for you guys. In addition to that, we've got our resources tab. And I'll go and I'll show you the types of resources we have for Philips. If you're looking for brochures or FAQs or specification sheets or quick start manuals and soon to be firmware, all of that is now available under one home. So that's just a fraction of the available things that you can find on CertifiedESupport.com. Again, a free service to our loyal partners. With that said, we're going to just wrap up here. Almost out of time. Got 2 minutes, and that's all I'm going to take. I wanted to, at this point, if you have questions, please use the question dialog box to the right or the chat box. We will address those in just a moment. While you're coming up with your questions, I'm going to go through the last few slides here. 1, eDist sales support. eDist is a total solutions provider. So in addition to all the other fun things that you saw here today, each one of you does have a dedicated account rep that will be more than happy to assist you with all of your sales needs. If you don't feel like talking to them, we do have an online automated order entry system where you can view virtual catalogs and all sorts of stuff. I wanted to remind you that eDist partners also receive free technical support, free training, free knowledge base access, free customization, and free certification preparation for free. I don't know how many times I can say free, but I think I just did it 7 times. Free services for you guys from being loyal partners. Now, if you don't want to provide service or support to your own customers, we've also designed professional service packages that you can sell and get 30% margins while we take care of the support, whether it's just basic install or you want them to have access to our knowledge base or on-site services. We have a program designed and geared to, 1, give you 30% profits for doing nothing at all, knowing that your customers are being taken care of. Now, you guys have all talked to me, Josh. Most of you have talked to Vince. You've talked to Marco. We just hired a 4th technical sales specialist or technical support specialist to assist you. So I don't know of any other distributor or any other even manufacturer in our little industry that has 4 dedicated support reps to make sure you guys are taken care of. We do. Hardware support. We're an authorized repair facility as well for in-warranty and out-of-warranty. By the way, our new technical rep, I don't know if I mentioned his name, but his name is Madison Mays. Please welcome him to the team. In addition to that, we are an authorized repair facility for warranty and out-of-warranty Philips and Olympus products. So if you have a 9600 and that slide switch broke, or you popped open the batteries and you accidentally fried the circuit board, we'll take care of that for you. Our logistics, we're spread out all over through North America, including offices in Canada. We now have a new office in Florida. I'm out of the Texas branch. We've got our amazing sales team out of the New Jersey branch. We've got an office over there in Vegas. So we're spread out to make sure that we get you product a lot faster. There's my contact information. I'm going to switch over to these questions, and then bid you adieu. Let's see.